Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're diving into a high-stakes digital battle that's happening right now behind the scenes of our digital lives. It's a new kind of arms race, one fought with artificial intelligence. So let's just start with a number, 30%. According to Cybersecurity Ventures, that's the annual growth rate for cyberattacks. And we're not talking about a small bump here. This is an exponential threat that's completely reshaping the security landscape.
So the big question is, what's really driving this? Is it just more people trying to hack into systems, or is something much more fundamental at play here?
Well, the answer is that we're in the middle of a new kind of conflict. This isn't just human defenders trying to outsmart human attackers anymore. No, this is a battle fought between algorithms. It's essentially AI versus AI. So let's break this down. We are witnessing the very beginning of an era where intelligent machines are fighting for control on both sides of the digital fortress. Okay, let's start by looking at the bad guys in this scenario. How exactly are hackers and malicious groups weaponizing AI to make their attacks faster, way smarter, and a whole lot harder to catch? Let's begin with something we've all seen, phishing. You know, those fake emails pretending to be your bank or your boss. For years, the advice was simple. Look for bad grammar, weird spelling. But AI has thrown that whole playbook out the window. And the numbers are just staggering. Kaspersky saw a 25% jump in AI-powered phishing in just 1 year. Think about it for a second. AI can now write perfectly personalized, flawless emails by the thousands, making them almost impossible to tell apart from the real thing. But it gets even more sophisticated than that. Now we're seeing something called adaptive malware. This is not your typical computer virus. This is malicious software that has a brain, so to speak. It uses its own AI to learn, to rewrite its own code, and to actively hide from the very systems that are supposed to find it. And here's where you really see the difference. Traditional malware has a fixed digital fingerprint. Once antivirus software spots it, it's blocked. Simple. But adaptive malware, it's a shapeshifter. It constantly changes its code, so it's like trying to catch a moving target that signature-based systems just can't keep up with. So with attackers getting so smart, how do we possibly fight back? Well, let's flip the script and look at the other side of this arms race. The defenders are fighting fire with fire, using their own AI to protect our networks. At its heart, defensive AI is all about two things: speed and intelligence. Instead of just waiting for an attack to happen, these systems are proactive. They analyze huge amounts of data to predict where an attack might come from, spot it in real time, and automatically launch a defense, all faster than any human could ever hope for. And the results? They're pretty incredible. Take Google Workspace, for instance. It uses AI to spot patterns in emails, and right now it blocks over 99.9% of all phishing attempts. That is predictive power on a massive scale. In cybersecurity, speed is everything, and this Microsoft case says it all. Their Defender AI spotted and completely neutralized a ransomware attack on a retailer in less than 1 second. Think about that. The attack was stopped before the hackers could even start scrambling the data. And it's not just detection. It's about an instant, automatic response. A DDoS attack is just a brute force attempt to flood a server with traffic. In this case, Palo Alto's AI doesn't wait for a human to hit a button. It sees the attack and rewrites the firewall rules in milliseconds to block it, keeping everything online. Another huge job for AI is managing vulnerabilities. Big companies can have thousands of potential security holes, and there's no way to fix them all at once. That's where AI is a game changer. Tools like these can analyze all that risk and tell you which threats are the most critical in just a few minutes. That's a job that would take a human team days, if not weeks. It lets them focus on what truly matters. Now, it's really tempting to look at all this and think AI is some kind of magic wand for cybersecurity. But let's be real, the truth is a bit more complicated. AI is incredibly powerful, yes, but it is not a perfect silver bullet solution. It has its own unique strengths and, more importantly, its own weaknesses. The benefits are obvious: unbelievable speed and the ability to scale up. But the challenges are just as serious. AI can create false positives, which can overwhelm security teams with false alarms. And its decisions are only as good as the data it's trained on. It's the classic garbage in, garbage out problem. And that leads us to one of AI's biggest vulnerabilities, an attack called data poisoning. This is where an attacker cleverly feeds bad information into a security AI's training data. If they succeed, they can basically trick the AI into ignoring real threats or even seeing good traffic as an attack. The defensive tool itself becomes a target.
And all of this brings us to what might be the most crucial point. The goal of AI and security isn't to replace the human experts. It's to amplify their skills. The machine does the heavy lifting, sifting through millions of data points, which frees up the human analyst to focus on what humans do best: complex strategy, deep investigation, and making those critical judgment calls.
So, what does this all mean for us? Whether you're running a business or you're just trying to stay safe out there, this new arms race has real-world consequences for everyone. And understanding your role in it is absolutely key. For any company, bringing in AI security isn't just about buying a new piece of software. It's a whole process. It starts with really understanding your own specific risks. Then, you pick the right tools that fit your systems. And, crucially, you have to train your team to work alongside the AI. This is not a set it and forget it kind of thing. It needs constant fine-tuning to stay sharp. And this really is the core message from all the experts. In the world we live in now, using AI for cybersecurity isn't optional anymore. As the attackers get smarter and faster every day, using AI to defend yourself is becoming absolutely essential for survival. And that leaves us with one final and pretty challenging question. We know both sides are innovating at a breakneck speed. Attackers are getting smarter. Defenders are getting faster. But in this new AI arms race, the ultimate question really is, are our defenses evolving fast enough to stay ahead?